Yo, so you want to get shredded, you want to get lean, you want to diet, but how do we do it and still maintain our muscle? Let's find out, people. What's going on, guys? It's Sumner Healy here, and in this video I'm going to explain to you guys how you can cut down and maintain as much muscle as possible. It's gonna be pretty difficult to maintain, well, essentially impossible to maintain everything that you have. But if you avoid a lot of these common mistakes, you can actually maintain a lot more muscle than you'd expect. And it's not super difficult to implement. You just have to avoid some of these pitfalls that a lot of dieters get themselves into. The very first point is you want to focus on fat loss, not weight loss. And so what ends up happening is a lot of people, they want quick results, right? Human nature, we want things to happen quickly, and we apply the same frame of thinking to our diets. And what we do is we look at the scale as our main metric for losing weight. And so we're just gonna think like, let me go on a quick crash diet. I'm gonna just go super hard and the scale's going down, so I must be making progress, right? And I'm doing my diet in 2-3 weeks, whatever it may be. And this will make you lose weight. Don't get me wrong, a crash diet or some kind of fast, low calorie diet will definitely make you lose weight. But simultaneously, you're gonna be losing muscle. You're just gonna be shredding yourself down of everything you got, right? What you wanna do, if you imagine you have these eggs in the basket and you just wanna pick out the black eggs, and let's say the black eggs are the fat, you just want to take out those ones. You don't want to throw everything out of that basket, because there's nothing cool about being shredded with zero muscle on your frame, right? To lean out, to actually have that aesthetic look that most people are going after, you have to have muscle on your frame. So these crash diets, these fad diets, these overnight diets, they don't work in the sense of fat loss, they work on weight loss. And so you kind of want to reframe your expectations, know it's going to take longer than you think, and look at fat loss, not weight loss. The second point that a lot of people go wrong is you have to assess your training style. There's a way to train if you're cutting, and really this carries over to bulking too. I think you should be training for strength while you're cutting and training for strength while you're bulking, but not a lot of guys do this, and girls. But what will happen is, let's say you're doing circuit training, or you're doing like Tabata kind of workouts, you're doing these really high volume, low rest, intense superset based workouts, and you apply that same style of training to cutting, you're gonna get horrible results. What you wanna do is, while you're bulking, you wanna be upping the strength, progressive overload, right? You're getting stronger and stronger and stronger and stronger. And then the goal is, while you're cutting, maintain as much of that strength as you possibly can. Are you gonna keep everything? Probably not. Can you keep 80% of it? Heck yeah. What you have to do is redesign your training style. That might mean less volume, that might mean a little bit less frequency, that might mean a little bit of longer rest times, but if you can maintain or maybe even potentially increase your strength in the very beginning of your cut, you're gonna be in a really good place for maintaining muscle. So you wanna look at that closely. How are you training? Are you training with too much volume, too little rest time? Are you not maintaining your strength? Has your strength plummeted while you've been cutting? That's a problem. You're gonna wanna change that immediately. Oh man, number 3. I could talk about this one for a long time. You ever see someone who's on a cut, or you ever seen a video of someone that's on a cut, and all they're eating is chicken, vegetables, some kind of meat, some kind of vegetable, right? Like, that's pretty much the stereotype that we have of cutting, right? You have to be on a super duper high protein and no carbs and no fat. What you want is a more balanced macro approach, right? If you actually maybe lower your protein a little bit, you can still be in that same exact calorie range, but have balance from carbs, proteins, and fats, right? So you're gonna want those fats to keep your hormones regulated, you're gonna want those carbs to give you energy in your workouts, and so you can still be eating rice, you can still be eating peanut butter, you can still be eating oatmeal, you can still be eating these typical foods and having a very balanced diet while cutting. You don't need to be on this extreme high protein diet with no carbs and no fat. At the end of the day, what we're looking for is calories in versus calories out. And the most sustainable way to do this, because the key point of a good diet is sustainability, and the most sustainable way to do this is to have balanced macros across the board. Some people are gonna have an energy preference towards carbs, some people are gonna have a preference towards fat, and you can kind of interchange those how you would like. But at the end of the day, you're still gonna want that balance. All right, number 4, don't get too excited when you start seeing results. This is such a commonality within cutting, and it's actually kind of shocking when you start to discover this, and you'll see it within yourself. You'll start getting results, and you're gonna wanna push the pedal even more. You're gonna wanna go harder, right? let's say you're looking in the mirror and you're leaning out, or the scale's changing, your body pod results and you're losing body fat, and you're just gonna wanna hit it harder. You're like, okay, time to drop the calories, time to go lower, time to push it more. That's the exact moment you should be regulating, you should be maintaining those numbers, because what you're doing is working, so stay with that. It's crazy to see how many guys and girls will be getting results on their cut. The first thing they wanna do when they see results is push even harder. That doesn't work here. It's not, more is not always better, right? Or in this case, less isn't always better, right? You don't wanna just keep on pushing harder and harder and harder. Again, it comes back to that point of sustainability. We wanna be doing this for the long term, so if you're seeing results on the calories that you're on, and you're happy with that macro balance, keep on pushing that, keep on doing that. Don't drop it too quickly, okay? You gotta have that long-term frame of mind here. It's really, really important. Number 5, this is kind of been a problem with social media, right? Social media has plagued us with these cookie cutter plans, these guys that are photoshopping their pictures or are on steroids, or maybe are just in great shape and are showing you the highlight reel of how they look, and they're giving you these unrealistic expectations, and they're telling you to just follow what they do. Take my cookie cutter macro plan, or take my cookie cutter meal plan, and you'll get lean too. What you have to understand is we're all gonna have our own calories and macros that we're gonna need to actually get leaner. We all have different lifestyles, we all have different body types, we're all born with different genetics, and this is pretty obvious, right? But for whatever reason, guys and girls still will follow these cookie cutter plans that aren't tailored for them. And that's where you get yourself into trouble. Either you're gaining weight and not actually losing weight, or you're gonna be losing way too much weight and it's not gonna be sustainable by any means. Drop the cookie cutter meal plans and actually figure out how many calories am I expending in a day? What's my goal? How much weight do I wanna lose per week? How long do I have to cut? What is my goal? Where do I wanna end up in X amount of time? You have to answer these questions for yourself, or get a coach that will answer these questions with you to actually build a sustainable diet plan. You can't just take Joe Schmo's diet plan from Instagram, apply it to yourself, and hope that you're gonna get the same exact results. We're all unique in that sense, and we all require different calories, different macros, and we all have different time frames. So it's super duper important that you're taking this into consideration. So guys, these are like the 5 main points within dieting that are gonna help you preserve muscle and really just give you a sustainable, balanced dieting approach. Of course, there's way more tips and way more moving parts involved in dieting, but these are like the 5 cardinal sins that I've committed myself and I've seen other people commit. And so I want to put this information out there to help educate you guys, maybe give you guys some value that will help you guys get leaner on your diet, or maybe this will be the inspiration to get yourself to start dieting and lose some weight and lean down. So I really hope you guys got something from this video. If you did enjoy it, be sure to subscribe, and I'll see you guys in the next video. Sandra Healy out. Much love. Put my heart and my feeling behind me so I can keep grinding and grinding and grinding. Skate all the time, I might pop me a